Hi there, friends. Welcome to Clearday. I'm Desiree, and today we're going to be going over our top five famous statues from around the world. All right, starting with our first statue. So this statue is called the Thinker. It's located in Paris, France, and it was built in 1904. Auguste Rodin was a towering figure in the field of sculpture who is widely considered the father of modern sculpture. He originally conceived this statue as part of a large commission that began in 1880. He was commissioned to do a doorway surround called the Gates of Hell. Rodin based this commission on the Divine Comedy of Dante, and some critics believe the Thinker originally intended to depict this Dante. Many marble and bronze editions of the Thinker in several sizes were executed during the lifetime of Rodin and even after his death. However, the most famous version is the 6-foot-tall bronze statue that was cast in 1904 that sits in the gardens of the Rodin Museum in Paris. It's an image of a man who's lost in thought, but whose powerful body suggests a great capacity for action and has become one of the most celebrated sculptures ever known. The Thinker was originally named the Poet, and it is often used as an image to represent philosophy. It is the most famous work of the greatest modern sculptor. Moving on. Our next statue. Here we have the Great Sphinx of Giza. All right, so this is located in Egypt, and it was built around 2500 BC. It's 60 feet high and weighs 20,000 tons. One of the largest and oldest statues built by man, the Great Sphinx of Giza, has a mysterious allure that attracts thousands of visitors every year. It is an epic feat of architecture and engineering dating back to around 2500 BC. The statue is so ancient that no one is sure of its actual age. There is also a lot of dispute about which pharaoh commissioned the Sphinx. Most Egyptologists believe that it was built on King Khufu's son Khafre, while others believe it to be King Khufu himself. Both the size and the age of the Sphinx make it one of the 7 wonders of the world, but there is a lot more to it. For starters, it is carved out of a single limestone ridge, which makes it one of the most massive monolithic statues ever carved by humans. The fact that the people living ages before us built something so magnificent is mind-blowing and adds to the charm. One can only imagine the years of labor and hard work behind this piece of art. The Sphinx sits around 9.5 miles from the city of Cairo. You can hail a taxi from the city to the pyramids of Giza and then take a camel ride to the Sphinx. Our next statue. This one is the world's oldest known statue. It's called the Shigir idol. This statue has stood the test of time. The Shigir idol is estimated to be 11,500 years old and is the oldest known wooden sculpture in the world. The idol was discovered in 1894 at a depth of 13 feet on the eastern slope of the Middle Urals. The statue was extracted in several parts. A few of the segments have been lost, but were carefully documented through drawings by Professor D.I. Lombanov. The messages carved on the statue remain a complete mystery, even though many experts have analyzed the structure. Still, very little progress has been made to decipher the encoded messages. Our next statue. This one is titled the Terracotta Army, and it was created around 210 to 209 BC. Discovered in 1974, the Terracotta Army, arguably the most stupendous find in all of archaeological history, is an enormous cache of clay statues buried in 3 massive pits near the tomb of Shi Hong, the first emperor of China, who died in 210 BC. It's meant to protect him in the afterlife. The army is believed by some estimates to number more than 8,000 soldiers, along with 670 horses and 130 chariots. Each is life-size, though actual height varies according to military rank. While the features for each soldier appear unique, they're actually based on 10 basic facial shapes, part of an assembly line process in which craftsmen use molds to fabricate the figures in separate segments before joining them together in a watered-down clay called slip. The soldiers were then outfitted with actual weapons, spears, swords, etc. The painted bright colors, though over time the pigment faded or flaked off completely. All right, our next statue. So this one is called the Kelpies, and they are found in Scotland. The Kelpies are 30-meter-high horse head sculptures depicting Kelpies, shape-shifting water spirits. The sculptures were designed by sculptor Andy Scott and were completed in October of 2013. The Kelpies are a monument to horse-powered heritage across Scotland. The Kelpies represent the lineage of heavy horse of Scottish industry and economy, pulling the wagons, plows, barges, and coal ships that shaped the geographical layout of the Falkirk area. Built of structural steel with a stainless steel cladding, the Kelpies are about 98 feet high and weigh 300 tons each. That's all for today's Top 5 Statues Around the World. We'll see you next time.